run this house. And tell me what I'm supposed to do. What? Oh, you don't know. Not hidden.
His name was J. Frank Butler. I met him for the first time when I was 18. I was out driving and I made a wrong turn and ended up in a town I didn't know called Ellicott City. Downtown was just one row of decaying stone buildings in a valley formed by two hills. The rich lived on the north hill and the poor in shacks on the south. People stayed up all night on Main Street. I liked it. I decided to move there.
What a friend hey, take it to the Lord. I'm Frank Butler.
I've been on you for years.
Well, why didn't you come up and talk to me?
I talked to you?
Yeah. Who had that radio right there? You turn the radio on,
yes,
and we'll copy that point.
The radio? I took radio back home.
Well, you better get it.
Then turn what on?
You pick up our station.
What station is that?
A recording.
Record or what? That or what?
Been taking no pictures, Brandon.
Well, he didn't do nothing wrong. He took everybody up pictures.
Well, why you want your radio?
I didn't know it.
Well, we have a
Go ahead,
recording.
music or what you want to do?
Take recording, and I'll print back. What about your
You
phone?
bring back to it?
What are your phone at? You forgot about that. You forgot about it. Are you? Oh. Are we recording right? Thank you. Over my life. Oh, never lie. Or believe I want to know. With this, oh, bless you. Why should I? Why should I kneel in prayer? One wonder, my father, my sister, my brother, darling. No, I know all the rest.
Frank was born on September 15th, 1900. His father worked on a farm owned by a man named Hodges. When Frank was 8 years old, his mother gave him to Mrs. Hodges. He lived with the Hodges until he was 14, when they gave him to the Clarks, who lived in Ellicott City. The Clarks threw him out because he slept with the maid. She had a daughter whom he never knew. Then a doctor named Gazaway took him on as butler and chauffeur. 3 years later, when Dr. Gazaway died, he made a provision of his will that his son must support Frank until Frank died.
My mother gave me away to Miss Hodges, right or wrong. See, you can have them. My mother gave me to Miss Hodges. See, I was telling about how many times I've been sold to the highest bidder. I'm telling the truth, but right or wrong.
I don't remember that. I guess that's true. But
Well, it has got to be true. Well, Miss Hodges was a wonderful lady. Wonderful. I called her Mother Mary. She was just a friend of mine. Well, he had 3 wives. First, second, and third. I never did know every one of them women's first name. All I know, he married my Miss Gazaway. What do you think I married him for? He said, I don't know. You know I didn't marry him for his looks. I I'm running for his money. Somebody had told me that. Old Doc, he was so proud to be married again. They said, proud of Baltimore. I said, I'm going to New York. What are you going to do now, Frank? I said, I'm going to get married. I know you're going to jail. Well, I said, I got to go.
He never left Ellicott City. When I met him, he was living with young Gasaway, who was also a doctor. He lived in the basement of Gasaway's house, but spent most of his time on Main Street. Mostly he was drunk. He would go out to buy his groceries and return 3 days later, broke, empty-handed, reeking of vomit and urine. On the second or third day of a binge, needing more money, he would call people he knew, some of them just barely, and in a perfectly sober and genteel voice, persuade them to give him some. When this didn't work, he tried selling his remains to science. His drink was Four Roses. His food was Spam. His favorite TV show, To Tell the Truth. To me, it was all charming.
Now, forget what happened to me. When there was somebody died, I had to get in line and go to their funeral. I was nothing but a brat. I call him Hot Blade Preacher. He was preaching the funeral. Well, all the mornings they was crying and crying. I just myself, I ain't gonna look at this man. I just went up there, just hook school, what's called hook, line, sinker. If I didn't have enough money, I'd call her. I'd say, will you leave me some money under the milk tin? Well, yeah, Frank. I'd go for a car there. All I had to do is circle right and get that money be there and come right on back, you know. She'll be gone for a while, well. Yeah, she's gonna die before me. Hold up. I was his chauffeur. I waited on the table. Many times I cooked. Before he died, I washed, dressed. I'm gonna die, but I know I'm gonna die, but she's gonna beat me to it. Now, he said that. Sure enough, she went away from him before he did. You ever see the love fall down on you? I was gonna get ready to run that car over that bank. He said, wait a minute, I'm in the car. I'm crazy about the work. You're crazy. But I don't know what happened to the man. I mean, after he lost his wife, I don't know what happened to him. Because it so did everything. Crazy.
He used to recite his life story to me. He called it my obituary. He really liked the sound of that word, hard as it is to pronounce without teeth. He talked mostly about his youth. The school he went to as a boy was right next door to a church. He told me how whenever there was a funeral, all the children had to go view the corpse. In church, it was his job to mop up the water that overflowed from the ice buckets that were used to cool the corpses. There was a time he got so scared, he knocked over the cooling board and sent the body rolling across the floor. He told me stories about mad Grandpa Hodges who kept trying to kill himself, and one night slit his own throat in the living room after dinner. Frank thought of killing himself once, too. For love. Old Dr. Gasaway also went mad. He had a brain tumor. Frank took care of him until the end. Dead people. Crazy people. That's what Frank liked to talk about.
He said all the cats had a pair of scissors. Damn this stuff. It didn't kill him that time. I think Jim Crow found him first. the motor was still running. She let up in that dead, gonna kill herself. But she gave me my last goodbye. Yeah, she was up that dead. But she hit herself. Pulled in there and just put the hose in there and she wanted to die. Well, she did it. He was on a coon board. He done killed himself. I run under the board and knock on there hard. He did hit the back. Hit the floor. I was running. Got out from there fast. That what scared me from going to fumes and... Because he killed his own self. He wanted to die. I said, well, he'll never die on my hands. I don't fool with no dead people. Yeah, I'm scared of dead people. I don't fool with no dead people. Now, I don't mind going to a Catholic film. You know why I don't mind going there?
Why is that for?
Well, the first thing, I don't know what you're talking about. It's the first thing. And you ain't gonna go back looking at them people. He said he's dead, Mike. He said, Mike, all of them sitting in there. You lost one of your best friends. Poor soul gone to rest.
At first I couldn't understand what he was saying. It took me years to learn his language. He liked puns, riddles, nonsense words. He invented a new tongue twister almost every day. I invented him. Once I was able to decode his speech, I was ready to invent his character. It was a noble one. He was loyal, cheerful, honest. He always repaid his loans. He never held a grudge. In youth, he had been handsome, graceful. He suffered, but he never complained. He was a good listener. He was the perfect friend. I decided to make a film about him. I would show him as he was. I would give him dignity. Then I left that town and never finished the film.
Oh, blessed we're home. I'm on the rise to keep got the well-feel what's on. You got it, I will give her this day. My dear, we're all blessed. Battle and you can't to see, be frank with me. I believe I want with the sun. Man, ask him what he's going. He hear everything you say.
Huh?
Everything you said to me. With you.
As a house, right?
All right. Don't take my place. Oh, yeah, he did. We got you on the foot. That got you all the way around.
Yeah, well.
There's no problem. I'm a star, are you?
On October 15th, 1978, he needed a drink. He hitched a ride to the liquor store. There was an accident.
He won't let him see tomorrow morning.
He died in a helicopter on the way to the shock treatment unit. I was living in New York at the time. I went to the funeral.
Oh, well, he had a private funeral. Just, in-law and outlaw.
His cheeks had been filled out. He looked good.
And I looked at it. Well, it looked all right.